When you get right down to it, data is the raw material of analytics. But raw material by itself doesn't really build anything. The real magic, the real power, comes from turning all that raw data into a clear story that actually helps people make decisions. And in this explainer, we're going to dive into how data visualization is the one skill that makes all that possible.
So, let me just ask you this, straight up. Is your business flying blind? So many companies are sitting on this black box of data. They can see the final profit number at the end of the quarter, sure, but do they have any idea what's really driving it? Or, more importantly, what's secretly draining it away?
Look, you have the data. You've got spreadsheets, you've got tables, you've got databases overflowing with it. But let's be honest, raw data on its own is, well, it's just noise. It doesn't tell a story, it doesn't answer the big questions, and it definitely can't guide a critical business decision. Without context, it's pretty much useless.
And that brings us to the core of the problem, what I like to call the data deluge. We are literally drowning in numbers, but we're absolutely starving for wisdom.
Just take a look at this table. It's from a simple employee satisfaction survey. Now, at a quick glance, can you spot the least satisfied job level? Can you see the real relationship between seniority and satisfaction? It's tough, right? Your eyes just kind of swim in this sea of numbers. The answer, by the way, is that senior staff have the most dissatisfied employees. But you really had to hunt for that, didn't you? That right there, that's data chaos.
And here's where it gets really dangerous. See, numbers themselves don't lie, but the pictures we draw with those numbers, oh yeah, they can definitely lie. A poorly made chart can twist the truth. It can make a tiny trend look massive, or it can completely hide a huge problem. Getting this wrong isn't just confusing, it's actively misleading.
So, how do we fix this whole mess? We need a way to get from that chaos and potential deception to absolute clarity and truth. And that, my friends, is the art of data visualization. It's the skill of finding and then communicating the hidden story within all those numbers. And that's exactly what you're going to learn in this course.
This course is designed to give you a completely new way of seeing data. You'll go way beyond just reading numbers on a page. You'll start to understand the deep principles of visual storytelling. You'll get your hands dirty with industry-standard tools and learn how to build these compelling narratives that don't just show data, but actually make people want to take action.
Now, what makes this more than just another software class is that we ground everything in the science of how we perceive the world. See, your brain processes visuals in 3 stages. First, it detects basic shapes and patterns. Then it estimates the relative value. Is this bar bigger than that one? And finally, it assembles all those little pieces into one cohesive story. We teach you how to design visuals that work with your brain's natural flow, making your insights feel instant and totally intuitive.
Okay, now let's talk about the fun part, the tools. A great artist needs the right brushes, right? Well, a great analyst needs the right software. And we're going to get you hands-on with the platforms that the pros use every single day.
You're going to master 2 really powerful and actually pretty different platforms. First up is Tableau Public. This is the gold standard in the industry for creating those beautiful interactive dashboards you see in corporate boardrooms. Then you'll dive into Orange, which is this fantastic tool for visual data mining that literally lets you see the patterns of machine learning. These aren't just little classroom toys. These are serious resume-building skills.
And you're not just going to learn to make boring, static charts. No way. You're going to build dynamic, interactive experiences. A huge piece of that is understanding the difference between filters and parameters. Filters, they let your audience slice and dice the data that's already there. But parameters, oh, they are a total game changer. They let the user actually input their own values, creating these powerful what-if scenarios on the fly.
This is where you stop being just a data reporter and you become a data creator. With calculated fields, you learn to create brand new knowledge that doesn't even exist in your original dataset. You can take simple things like sales and profit and create a vital metric like a profit ratio, uncovering the true performance that was hidden in the numbers all along.
Okay, so you've got the theory, you've got the tools. But what does all of this actually look like in the real world? How do you use these skills to create some real business impact?
Well, every good investigation starts with a central clue. For an insurance company, that clue is often something called the written loss ratio. It sounds complicated, but it's not. It's just a simple, powerful number that compares the money going out in claims to the money coming in from premiums. It's the ultimate measure of money out versus money in. If that number's too high, you've got a big problem.
And then, with just one simple visualization, we can create a most wanted list for all the profit trains. Just look at this. The aggregator's channel is a full 15 points worse than the average. Instantly, a single bar chart cuts through all that noise and tells you exactly where you need to focus your investigation. We went from a table with thousands of policies to one clear, actionable insight. That right there is the power of visualization.
But listen, a brilliant insight is totally useless if it doesn't reach the right person in the right way. So a crucial skill you'll learn is how to tailor your communication for maximum impact. You'll get why a simple infographic is perfect for a company-wide email, but an interactive dashboard is what a busy executive really needs to explore the data for themselves. And you'll learn how a persuasive presentation can bring it all together for the key stakeholders. It's all about matching the format to the audience.
So let's pull back for a second and look at the big picture. How does this one skill fit into your whole analytics journey? And why is this particular course so critical inside the analytics specialization?
To put it as simply as I can, this course is the bridge. It's the critical link that connects your foundational knowledge to real-world strategic application. Honestly, it's what makes your entire specialization so much more powerful.
Think of it like this. The Foundations of Business Analytics course gives you the raw ingredients. That's the what. This course, Data Visualization, teaches you how to cook and present a fantastic meal. That's the how to see and communicate it effectively. And then, Applied Business Analytics, well, that's where you use that perfectly presented meal to persuade, to influence, and to actually drive strategy. You see? Each course makes the others even stronger.
So, I'm going to leave you with this one question. In the mountains of data that every single company collects, what game-changing, profit-saving insight is just sitting there right now, completely invisible, just waiting for someone with the right skills to find it and bring it into the light? This course gives you the skills to be that person.